Have you ever been in a situation where you need to pay an employee right now, but your regular payroll cycle is days away? Maybe a new hire started mid-cycle, or you had to process a bonus, or worse, you found a major mistake on someone's last paycheck. You're left staring at your payroll software, wondering, how on earth do I run a special, off-cycle payroll in Wave without messing up everything else? If you've felt that panic, you are absolutely not alone. Off-cycle payrolls are one of those essential but often confusing tasks for small business owners and bookkeepers. It's like a secret handshake that every business eventually has to learn. And today, we're going to demystify it completely. We're not just going to talk about how to do it, we're going to talk about the why and the what if. We'll cover everything from the basic steps to the common pitfalls. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to run an off-cycle payroll in Wave with confidence and speed. First, let's get on the same page. What even is an off-cycle payroll? Simply put, it's any payroll run that happens outside of your regular, pre-scheduled pay period. Your regular cycle might be weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. An off-cycle run is an extra, unscheduled event. Think of it like a special delivery. It's not part of the normal mail route, but it's just as important. The most common reasons you'll need one are: new hires. A new employee starts after the payroll deadline for the current period has passed. You want to pay them for their first few days of work without making them wait an entire 2 weeks. Bonuses or commissions. You've decided to give out a performance bonus or a large commission check, and you want to pay it out immediately rather than waiting for the next regular payday. Errors and adjustments. This is a big one. You realize an employee was underpaid on their last check, or perhaps you missed paying them for overtime hours. You have a legal and ethical obligation to fix this promptly. Final paychecks. While some businesses handle this in the regular cycle, others prefer to issue a final paycheck immediately upon an employee's termination, as required by law in some states and jurisdictions. Reimbursements. Occasionally, a large expense reimbursement needs to be processed quickly. Okay, now that we know why we're doing this, let's dive into the how, specifically within Wave Payroll. The good news is that Wave is designed to handle this, but you have to know where to look and what to click. The process is a little different depending on whether you're using the self-serve payroll where you calculate everything, or the full-service payroll where Wave handles the tax filings. I'll walk you through both, starting with the full-service option, which is what most people are using. So, log into your Wave account and navigate to the Payroll section. On your main payroll dashboard, you'll see a list of your employees and your next scheduled payroll run. This is where the magic happens. Instead of clicking the big button to process your regular payroll, you're going to look for an option to create a new payroll run. It might be a small link or a button that says something like Run Payroll or Create a New Payroll. Click it. Now, Wave will ask you what kind of payroll you want to run. You'll have the option for a regular payroll and an off-cycle payroll. This is the crucial step. Select Off-cycle. Wave is now on notice that this is a special one-time event, and it will handle the tax calculations and filings accordingly without affecting your regular schedule. Next, you'll be prompted to select which employees you want to include in this run. This is another critical difference from a regular payroll. For a normal payroll, Wave automatically selects all active employees. For an off-cycle run, you'll need to manually select the 1 or 2 employees who need to be paid. Do not select everyone unless you're processing a bonus for the entire team. Only select the individuals who are part of this special payment. Once you've selected the employee or employees, you'll be taken to the payroll details screen. Here, you'll enter the specific details of the payment. This is where you'll input the bonus amount, the missing hours, or the salary for the new hire's partial pay period. Wave will give you fields for things like regular pay, overtime, bonus, and commission. Use the appropriate field. For example, if you're paying a bonus, enter the amount in the bonus field. This is important for tax purposes, as bonuses are often subject to different withholding rules, and Wave will handle that correctly if you use the right field. After you've entered the gross pay, Wave will automatically calculate the deductions and taxes. Take a moment to review this. Make sure the net pay looks correct. For an off-cycle run, especially for something like a bonus, you might notice the tax withholding is higher than a regular paycheck. This is normal and is due to a concept called supplemental wage withholding. Without getting into a deep tax lecture, just know that Wave is likely doing the right thing. Finally, you'll be prompted to review and approve the off-cycle payroll. Before you hit approve, double-check everything. Is the employee correct? Is the amount correct? Is the payment date correct? Once you click approve, the wheels are in motion. Wave will process the payment via direct deposit or give you the option to print a check. For direct deposit, the funds will typically be sent on the same day or the next business day, depending on the time of day you process the run. Now, what if you're using the self-serve payroll where you handle the tax filings yourself? The process is similar, but with one key difference. You'll still navigate to the payroll section and select to create a new, off-cycle run. You'll select the employee and enter the pay details. However, when you get to the review stage, Wave will calculate the gross pay, deductions, and taxes, but you are responsible for paying and filing those taxes with the appropriate agencies. Wave will generate the pay stub for the employee and the payroll journal for your records, but it's up to you to handle the rest. Make sure you understand your state's laws regarding tax deposits and filings, especially for off-cycle runs. Okay, so that's the basic workflow. But what about the gotchas and common mistakes? There are a few things that can trip people up. First, the pay period dates. When you run an off-cycle payroll in Wave, it will ask for a pay period start and end date. This is crucial for accurate tax calculations. Even if you're just paying a one-time bonus, you should still enter a specific pay period. For a bonus, you might use the same pay period as your last regular run, or just a single day. For a new hire, you'll enter their first day of work as the start date and the day you are processing the payment as the end date. Getting this wrong can lead to incorrect tax calculations and a headache later on. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.